Last week I got back from Virginia because I went to a business boardroom meeting, which is a really cool small group kind of get together that I do every quarter. And basically, we look at how our past quarter went in business, but we also take the time to look at how are we translating what we did in business to impact our business or our personal life. And that's so important because sometimes you can get in the weeds. You can focus on this is the goals of what we want to accomplish in our business, but at the end of the day, if that's not translating into things that we want for our own personal life, we can kind of become a slave to our business. And what's the point? What's the risk reward there in running a business versus just getting a normal job, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just if you're going to take a big risk in business, you might as well set yourself up to have the payoff that can come along with it. So, what was really great is we forced to set some personal goals for ourselves. And I'm going to share my goals with you today. I want to share with you how I kind of track them and make sure that things get done, or at least so I can see if they're not getting done, what I need to do to adjust accordingly. This is not perfect by any means. This is just how I go about setting my own goals and keeping myself accountable. And part of that accountability, we were forced to send it to the people in the group who run it. But an additional part that I'm adding in is I'm sharing it with you, right? So if I tell every single one of you watching, then yeah, that's a little pressure on me, and I'm cool with the pressure. So here are my goals. Now, the first goal is I want to do a weekly date night with my wife. Now, there's two different types of goals you can set. You can set outcome goals, and then you can break them into what I call habit goals. Outcome goal is what you want to come from it. A habit goal is the action you need to take to get there. So I want a loving and fulfilling marriage. I want it to be amazing for myself and for my wife. And when we just spend time together, not with anybody else, although we do that a lot, but one-on-one time, and we're doing things that are not just watching TV or Netflix, I just fall in love all over again. And I think she feels the same way. And so a weekly date night, Wednesday nights, just her and I, starts at 6 p.m. Priority number one for this year. I'm going to go through all of the goals and I'm going to show you how I keep track of it so that maybe you can apply it. And if you do want what I'm about to share with you, just let me know. I'll send it to you. All right. Number two, so I want to get to 12% body fat, currently at 17%. I'm going to do that a couple different ways. I'm not making any big drastic changes. I'm just going to track and measure things, okay? So I know how to lose weight. I know how to drop body fat. So I just know if I measure it and have the awareness of where I am, then I will constantly challenge myself to get better. It's when I don't measure and have the awareness around where my body's at where I can fall off track. So I'm going to track my steps each day and I'm going to write down what my average steps were for each week, okay? Number two is I'm going to track my body fat percentage. I'm going to take it monthly with the InBody and Hybrid Fitness. And I'm going to track how many strength workouts I do. Now, ideally, if I get 2 to 3, beautiful. If I could do more, even better. But I'm just tracking my workouts, and that will, inherently knowing myself, it's going to push me to do more, okay? I have a mini business goal, but this is also just something for myself. I like to document. I like to share ideas, things that are going through my mind. And I do this year want to get back into sharing ideas and talking about what's going through life. A big reason for that too is my memory is shit. As I mentioned in my previous video, I've got CRS. Can't remember shit. It's a genetic mutation passed down from my dad. My brother got it too. And so I just hate it when people are telling me stories. People are reminding me of times we spent together and I can't remember it at all. And this could be 6 months ago and I don't remember it. Documenting this stuff lets me go back and see the journey. And I wish I had done more of that throughout the last 10 years. So creating one piece of content each day. It can be anything. It could be a video like this. It could be posting on X. It could be Instagram story. We're going to do something there, okay? And we're going to track that. And then finally, just for like my own mental development, it's very important what comes into the brain. Easy to death scroll, stupid stuff. Easy to watch TV shows or play video games, which is totally cool. But I want to focus on listening to one long form podcast based around personal development every single week. I'm going to track that. I've been listening to some George Janko stuff. He's really cool. So we'll see who else we listen to this year. But those are the 4 goals that we want. Obviously, the listening to the podcast, there's not like a huge outcome goal there. It's just to be a better person. It's to, in some ways, I guess, be happier, because when your mind is focused on the right things in a positive direction, I think become more grateful, perspective's better. You're just going to carry yourself differently, right? So now what I want to do is shift and show you what I did to break these goals down. I created this little sheet here. And again, if you want to see this or want a copy of this so you can edit it for yourself, then go ahead. So basically what I did here, created all those goals that we talked about, right? And this is the date in which we're going to achieve it. So 129.24. How did I do that week, right? So I already took my body fat percentage, punching in 17.2%. At the end of that week, I'm going to come here and punch in my steps. Every day I do a workout. There's 7 checks here. So obviously Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I will just check those and we'll add what they are. So as I go through each week, I can see, hey, did I hit the same as I did the previous week? Daily content, hey, did I make my post? Yes or no? And we'll count my totals throughout the week. Again, one piece per day. Weekly date night, yes or no? Green if it's yes, red if it's no. And then did I listen to the podcast this week? Yes or no? So again, just by measuring the goals after I set a clear outcome and a clear way to get there, it's going to make sure that I manage it. Very, very important. Now sharing it with you, I got a little extra pressure, not only for myself, but from all you guys to say, hey, if I don't do it, I just didn't do what I said I would do. Look, most of the goals I said I do not achieve, for sure. Almost all of them. But that doesn't mean we should stop setting goals, right? Doesn't mean that we can't do a little bit better each time. It's not about being perfect and necessarily hitting each of these as much as I would love to. It's about actively just trying to get better. And if we do that day after day, year after year, we will get much further in life than otherwise. So hopefully this is helpful to you in some way, just seeing how I break down, setting my goals, tracking them, and maybe we'll do an update in a month or, a couple months. So, all right, have a great day. Talk to you later.